I thought it would be fun to share a bit of an insight into what I do as an artist. If you've been following me on Facebook or on Instagram, then you've probably noticed that I've been flooding your newsfeed with my stupid drawings of characters. And I thought I'd record myself and the process I go through to get the ideas down. So this is concept art, and in a nutshell, it's just visualising an idea. I'm not really worrying about it as a lovely illustration, although it can be quite tempting to try and perfect your drawings. But at this stage, we just want to make some ideas. Think of it like writing down like a mind map, or just kind of spitballing things around. I doodled this idea before I went to work. I'd got this character concept for a coffee barista, but they're a raccoon. I'm not really sure why, but it just seemed like a cute idea at the time, and they've got those opposable thumbs, and I think that having a raccoon sort of jittering madly as it sits there and tries to make you coffee would be quite hilarious. So, problem here is it's a cute drawing, but I don't actually know what a raccoon looks like. So, I've done another drawing on the side, and I'm just sort of trying to figure out what is this head doing, but it's not working. So I've kind of grabbed it, shrunk it, moved it to the side, and it's time to try again. And that's what I actually personally like about doing concept art, is it's an excuse to draw all day, and I love that. So what I'm trying to do here is figure out what the head should look like from the side, but I know it's gone wrong, but I'm still going to draw it because I'm a trooper, and also because I'm enjoying drawing, so why not? But if you just abandon every idea too quickly, then you're never going to get anywhere, and you're going to kind of develop a bad habit, really, of kind of like half filling sketchbooks up. So I went with it, kind of ended up with a dingo in a luchador mask, but I like it, so you know what, it's another drawing. Perhaps I'll come back to it later. I'm just using a small brush and sort of picking out line art and shape, and then grabbing a bigger brush and just filling in the value, so that just means the light to the dark. It's quicker than colouring in. Don't have to worry about colour at all at this point. I can just kind of get an idea of different tones. Yeah, it's alright, but it's not what I'm after at all. So grab that, shrink it, push it out of the way, forget about it for now. So I think at this point I was kind of getting a bit desperate, trying to work out what does a raccoon look like, and I hadn't done the obvious yet, which is actually look at one, but shh. So I scribbled something there and I immediately deleted it because I was like, no. So at this point, just scribble something stupid, get all the stupid out. It makes me, I like to laugh when I'm drawing, so I need to be doing that. So trying something different here entirely. Rather than drawing a raccoon, draw like a weird cartoon head, and then try to kind of raccoonify it. Is that even a word? But I could see straight away this is just going to end up looking like a Sonic character or something, which isn't a problem if that's what you're after, but I'm not. So here's where I kind of finally accepted I had to go and look at a raccoon on my phone. So I got my phone out, holding it in one hand, which is why it's very shaky, and I'm just sort of sketching what I can see on a picture of a raccoon. And yeah, I mean, immediately I can see where I've been going wrong. It's those eyes. They're supposed to go all the way down to the side of the face. They're not just like little patches. But the good news is, once I'd drawn that, I could immediately see how to simplify that right down into a cartoon. So I get my circle, I do my centre line, I put a circle for the snout, I do a weird mouth I'm about to rub out, and there is the main thing, is I've done a big semicircle for the head, because that's what the fur's doing, and that's how I can just divide it up into the dark and the light patches, and well, as you can see, suddenly I've got a much better idea of what a raccoon looks like in a cartoon. So I'm just using that big brush again to kind of like fill in some shading, or rather just to kind of like separate the dark to the light parts of the fur. I was happy with the shape. I thought that's what I'm going to work with. I'm not done. You're never done with concept art. Just grab another one and have another go. Because I need to practice drawing him, because if I'm going to animate this character, I need to know exactly how it looks. So this one, I knew straight away was going very wrong. So I think I got to the eyes and went, no, and just deleted it. So there we go. The snout was throwing me off. So I tend to do like that part of the face first, and then if I feel like it's right, if I can see an expression in it, if I can see some character, I'll pursue it. So yeah, as you can see, I'm just sort of building off of that snout and those eyes, getting that sort of semicircle head in. It's a little bit different to the original sketch, but I like it, So I'm not even worrying about different layers here. I'm just working all on one layer, making my brush bigger, pressing lightly and getting that kind of grey, and that just allows me to very quickly see what the two tones would look like for this kind of raccoon fur. Get an expression in, looks a little bit confused. That's what I'm after at this point. we're not just looking at making a nice illustration, we're trying to get a character, and a character needs to act, and that means I need to get expression. So here he is wearing his little name badge. He's as confused as you are that he's here, but he is here, and if you'd like a coffee you need to let him know. He's got his little Carl name badge. I thought, you know what, if he's got a name badge he should be happy about it. He's like, look, I work here, I'm a good entrepreneurial raccoon. So I was happy with that, but I thought, no, it's not the final one. The final one's going to be another one because I want to draw it again. So I want to kind of perfect it. So that's what you should be doing with concept eyes. You should just not stop. You know, you stop when you run out of time, really, and then move on. So I had another go. Thought I'd do a slightly cuter expression, but then a slightly perplexed expression as well. And this is like the raccoon's overheard someone throwing shade in his general direction. Maybe they don't like the fact there's a rodent stirring his latte, so he's kind of passive aggressively stirring it. I'm not really worrying about a skeleton. I'm not really worrying about using all these tutorials to build up a shape. I'm just using gesture. Look, to me that's fine. Got the kind of an overall idea of the form of the body underneath. I really like drawing hands, so that helps. But yeah, I kind of want to just get an action out of him just to see if he'll work as a character, and I'm really happy with him. It's got like a sort of sassy, confused look, and I think that's perfect for a raccoon barista named Carl. So again, just get the big brush, kind of fill in the dark. It looks fluffy. Get that nose in. I think I'm pretty much ready just to sign this one off. Hope you enjoyed that.